I'm Cllr Beverley Addy. I'm the Public Health Portfolio Holder for Kirklees Council, which brings with it the fantastic title of the Cabinet Champion for the Armed Forces Covenant. And that means I get to represent our veterans and their needs and advocate for them within the council and beyond. Today was an extension of what we do on a regular basis every couple of months. So we have a Covenant Board partnership meeting where people who support veterans come together online, and it has always been online, as it started in COVID online and has continued. So today's been about looking at the difficulties we all face, what can we do better, what can we learn from each other, how can we partner up together better, and how can those communications be better. And I think that really does start really well face to face.
It was great to you sit down on a Zoom meeting, and as soon as that meeting finishes, those little screens click off. You don't have that interaction. We've been able to go and help people, and some individuals who are very frustrated, to actually be able to put your hand on their shoulder and say, you're not on your own, we understand, we're getting there. Maybe it's not perfect at the moment, but we're here and now, and we're going to make a change. And I think that's important.
Today's been a really good event to actually meet and greet and network, to actually find out all the different services that are available in the Huddersfield area for veterans. I think a lot of veteran support is siloed, and so to actually get everyone together in one room to share their experiences and talk about it has been brilliant.
They can hear a first-hand experience from veterans themselves. They can hear the real details of what is needed rather than what they think is needed. So an opportunity for veterans who are working in the service to actually talk about their experiences, and also those supporting veterans can talk about their experiences, good and bad.
I'm really here to get them networks, and I think it's really important that loads of different services come together, because at the end of the day we are all supporting that singular person to get to their end goal. And I think if we can all collaborate together with different services, then we can really help somebody. The roundtable discussions were really informative, so it's really good to have everyone's voice in what should be shaped for the future. And also the film was very good.
I think it's been a great chance to meet people who are providing services for veterans, and hopefully we can give better advice if we get a call from someone in need of where to refer them on to after we've given initial help.
I think with the links that we've made with other organisations, it will give us an opportunity, if we are contacted by veterans, to link in with other organisations and really join services together, which will hopefully help provide more support.
I think it's really good to see sort of the collaborative working of all the organisations really in the room there. You can tell it's not, no one's selfishly trying to advertise their own support services. I think it's all working together as sort of a unit within Kirklees and Huddersfield to try and best support the community. So I think more regular events like this would be hugely beneficial. I think the more regular the better really, and the more people we can get involved the better.
I think every year would be sufficient for anything like this. Obviously staff have to get away, staff have to leave their place of work to be here to do that. And what we found, when I was working for the NHS, it costs money to have people off work. That's taken away from their everyday job to be at somewhere like this. Very, very useful, but we've still got a job to do. So I think once a year would be just the right amount.
Well, a minimum every year. I'd like to see it every month, because bringing people together is how you're going to make change. The further they are apart, the more things that could go wrong in between. But, it's a start. It's the second one I've been to, and the questions, the answers, the faces were different, the problems were the same, and we're getting there.
So it's been nice to take this out of a council setting into the hospital, so thank you very much to Will Ainslie and his team, because they've provided us with space to work in, to do our workshopping, to do the speeches, presentations, and thank you to KLTV for giving us the wonderful film about the Windrush veterans and the difficult times they faced but fought through to leave their legacy in the armed forces, because we got to have a lovely lunch over that, lunch provided by Tommy's Lounge.
The Windrush film was absolutely fabulous. I came in quite sceptical. I thought it could be quite scathing of the armed forces, and in the end I felt quite proud of that film and quite proud of what they achieved. I'm proud that I've served and that armed forces as a veteran myself was what they served with and achieved as well. So I felt that synergy with it.
I thought the documentary was fantastic. As a female veteran myself, I really was interested to see Joyce. I identified with her as I joined up at the same place, and I could imagine turning up at basic training with her, and it sort of was a real eye-opener about the experiences of black veterans, and I really hope that it resonates with those here and makes people actually open their eyes and understand that there is a huge community that needs our support.
The film you produced today has been absolutely brilliant. It's been an eye-opener for myself. It's made me reflect on my experiences in the armed forces, things that I'd seen, which I'd not really thought about before. One of the comments, as I said, was the GPMG. And the black guy always gets the GPMG. And so it was really, it was so true. When I was in Ireland, that actually happened as well. So thank you for that. It opened my eyes. Also thinking about discrimination in the armed forces. And yes, I served in the 80s, 90s, and yes, I did see discrimination. Predominantly in the Asian community, but I did see definite discrimination, and it was completely ignored.
I think if everybody signed the Armed Forces Covenant, we would have a much better levelling of the playing fields for our Armed Forces community. And I say community because it's not just about the serving personnel, it's about their partners and dependents who also are part of the Armed Forces community. And so it's important that we look after the sacrifices that they made during their service and recognise it now that they're back in the community and the community can support them back.
I like the idea of ensuring it's a level playing field for support right the way across. Obviously, looking at some of the regions, they've got some excellent support. Other regions haven't got so much support. And so to try and level that out across the playing field, so it's not a postcode lottery for support for veterans.